let's continue with the main story. We left off, I think, about to beat someone's ass. I don't really know. I guess we'll find out. This is part 2. Welcome back. As the protofield dissipates, the massive wanderer vanishes with it. The modified shell is still present when she falls to the ground. Oh! The arena's floor gives way because of the impact. She plunges into the boundless darkness along with the debris. Her descent ends with a violent crash. Clouds of dust billow out around her. Her entire body feels shattered. Waves of pain slam into her. My right arm. I can barely move it. Please don't be broken. Oh my gosh. MC, please. Clutching her stiff right shoulder, she squeezes through the cracks of the broken shell. A beam of light streams down through the hole above. It illuminates her position and reveals she's in the middle of a towering corridor. Where's Silas? The floor was completely destroyed. I wonder if he also fell down. Silas? Silas? No response. Hope he's okay. Suddenly, she feels a faint tremor in her chest. She whips her head toward the end of the corridor. Its source is there. The vibration is soothing, and it gradually syncs with her heartbeat. Her feet start moving on their own. Oh, can you hear that? I don't know if you guys can hear it as well through the headphones, but wow. It does sound like a heartbeat. It's as if someone is pulling invisible strings. She's drawn toward the darkness that lies ahead.
활동 중인 생명체를 발견했습니다. 신분 확인 중입니다. 확인이 완료되었습니다.
Active lifeform detected, verifying identity, verification complete.
복귀를 환영합니다. 0, 0.
Welcome back, 00. Welcome back? Has she been here before? The sudden system malfunction warps the announcement into eerie static. It echoes between the high walls of the corridor.
복귀를 환영합니다. 오예란 연구원.
Oh, it's not her then. Welcome back, researcher Wesley.
복귀를 환영합니다. 오명 연구원.
Welcome back, researcher Dimitri. Hang on. I think it said the same name though. Why did it change twice here? She's surprised for a moment, but the name fails to stir any significant emotion. I knew he was someone important.
복귀를 환영합니다. 장숙 연구원.
Oh, never mind. Maybe they did say 2 different names earlier. Hang on a second.
복귀를 환영합니다. 오예란 연구원.
Oh, Oheran. Okay.
복귀를 환영합니다. 오명 연구원.
Omyeong. Okay, so they're both O. Interesting though. I think this is a woman's name. Is Wesley the woman who approached MC at the beginning last time? Okay, and then we have Josephine. Grandma. As each name is announced, the system's voice becomes gentler. The empty corridor is seemingly filled with the shadows of people walking through it once again.
깨어난 걸 축하합니다. 001번 공급체. 오늘 기분은 어떤가요?
Congratulations on regaining consciousness, subject 001. How are you feeling today? Is this the place she was experimented in? The voice is quiet as though it's waiting for her response. Grandma's documents also refer to me as a subject, and this system addressed me with the numerical designation 001. It's me, right? This is so weird. Do you think Caleb would be 002? No more Friendship Fridays? Oh, no. It's just, during May, we're not going to do Friendship Friday because Hime is a little bit busy and not feeling well. So, yeah, we're putting Friendship Friday on hold for May. Hopefully, it will return in June. So, yeah. Even if I am tired from speech training, I will still try to make Friendship Fridays happen in June. But yeah, this weekend, next week, we're taking a break. That's why I'm doing story.
경계, 걱정의 감정, 그리고 신체적 통증 신호가 감지됩니다.
The following has been detected in the test subject's emotional state: confusion, wariness, and anxiety. Physical pain signals are also present. Hope she feels better. Me too. If you guys do want to keep talking though about anything, feel free. Even while I'm doing story, we can still talk about, we can still do just random talks. I don't have anything in particular today. I think I'm going to take care of it in therapy. Subject 001, do not be afraid. The nearest researcher is located in the observation room for demonstrations. You are currently 126 meters away.
최대한 빨리 지시등을 따라 이동하여 도움을 청하세요.
Please quickly follow the guidance lights to receive assistance. A pale blue light materializes on the floor. Arrows pulsate one after another and beckon her to venture deeper into the facility. This is so weird. Yeah, I still go to therapy. I think therapy is something that people should consistently go to, because the goal, I think, of therapy is not to solve a problem once it's happened necessarily. I mean, it can be if that has already happened, but the goal for my therapy is to avoid problems happening. So as she walks, more passages branch off from both sides of the corridor. Deepspace Signal Analysis Lab, Cosmic Archaeology Archives, Genetic Extraction and Analysis Center. The Gaia Research Center's scope of scientific endeavors is far more extensive than I thought. She keeps walking until she sees life in the future. Backtrack. Xavier? Wait! What's Xavier doing here? Oh, I wasn't expecting. Life from a higher plane of existence, emissary of the divine. Life from the ancient ocean. Lemurian civilization. Don't tell me Raphael is also... I know that people have theorized that Raphael had also at some point been captured and experimented on. Was it also here? So Raphael, it's now possible he was also being studied at this lab, right? The labels point to different corridors, and each corridor houses a unique specialized research team. Finally, she spots the sign for the Unicorn Research Team. It's pointing the most prominent door at the end of the corridor. Her heart pounds in her chest. The truth she's been waiting for is within reach, yet she's hesitant. She's suddenly afraid of facing her path. Maybe this is just a trap. But she's come too far to turn back now. She presses her hand against the sensor in the center of the door. Resonate. The resonance triggers a vibration, and blue light courses through the circuit. It illuminates the massive door that has been dormant for so long. The heavy metal doors slide apart, and warm light pours in. She turns her head away and raises her hand to shield her eyes.
오늘은 무슨 게임을 하고 놀 거예요?
What game are we playing today? Oh, do you think this is a memory? In a dreamlike haze, she watches as a tiny girl runs past her and throws herself into the familiar embrace of the figure standing in the light. Grandma. She takes half a step back and rubs her eyes. The vision vanishes along with the warm light. Oh no, she's not in the memory. She's kind of watching it. Oh, that's interesting. Under the harsh blue LED lights, a figure stands behind the doorway. They slowly turn to face her. You!
드디어 여길 찾아왔네.
You're finally here.
오랜만이야, 001번 공급체.
Subject 001.
우리의
Been a while.
작은 폭탄.
Our little bomb. Little bomb. Okay. From greatness to madness. Dimitri. So that's why everything here still works, even though it was abandoned for years. The real reason you're in Karan, it's because you're guarding the research center.
물론이지.
Of course.
여긴 우리가 품었던 연구의 꿈이 묻힌 곳이거든. 세상을 바꿀 씨앗이 묻혀 있고, 게다가 이곳은
That's because this is the place where we buried our dreams, the seeds of world-changing discoveries. In addition, Dimitri spreads his arms. It's somewhat of a dramatic, welcoming gesture.
자네가 탄생한 곳이기도 하지.
It's where you were born.
자네가 이 세상에서 맞은 첫 번째 집이야.
This was your first home in this world. Is the MC even human, guys? I don't even know anymore. She tightens her grip on the gun at her waist. She's waiting for the next outrageous revelation.
그때 팀원들은 매일 너와 함께 이곳에 있었어.
Back then, the research team accompanied you every day.
자기 아이를 기르듯 널 길렀지. 그게 인간과 딥스페이스가 가장 가까웠던 순간이라고 믿었거든.
We raised you like our own child. We believed you represented humanity's most intimate connection with Deepspace. A flickering hologram appears behind him. Fragmented faces of figures huddled together manifest before dissolving into light and shadow. Okay, but if I'm sorry. He says they raised her like her own child, but they experimented on her. And then Josephine ran away with her. And Caleb was left traumatized by the experience to the point that he is scared of anything ever touching or hurting her again. How did they treat... I don't think they actually raised her like their own child. Unless, like, they're just twisted parents. She doesn't recognize any of them, yet a warmth wells up from the depths of her heart.
스페이스 재앙이 일어난 후 팀은 해산되었고 많은 팀원이 행방불명되었어.
After the Corona Rip catastrophe, our team was disbanded. Many of us disappeared without a trace.
오직 나만 이곳에 남아 이곳을 지켰어. 난 네가 언젠가 이곳에 돌아올 거라는 걸 알았거든.
Only I stayed here
오랫동안
to
널 기다렸어.
protect this place. I knew you'd return one day. I've been waiting for a long time. You already knew who I was when you saw me at Charon.
당연하지.
Of course.
그렇게 특별한 힘을 갖고 있는 넌 우리에게 정말 소중한 존재인데 내가 어떻게 널 못 알아볼 수 있겠어?
You who carry our most precious treasure, you are the most you who something are the most precious being existence to us. Your power is unique. He unconsciously moves half a step. Upon seeing her back away warily, his voice becomes even gentler.
두려워하지 마, 내 아이야.
Don't be afraid, my
나는
child.
줄곧 너를 기다려왔어.
I've been waiting
내가
for you.
남긴 한 가지 죄를 속죄하기 위해.
I've been waiting for you forever. I must atone for the sin I left behind. Don't trust him.
지금 궁금한 게 많겠지.
You must be curious about many things.
내가 전부 알려줄게.
Go ahead and ask. I'll tell you everything. Seeing the sincerity in his eyes, she hesitates. Should she ask him a question? I might be close to the truth this time. I need to hear what he has to say. You said I was born here. Why don't you tell me what happened back then?
그건 그리 오래되진 않았지만 꽤 신성한 시작이었어.
While it was not an ancient beginning, it was still sacred. A hologram of an energy graph depicting the process of planetary evolution appears in the center of the ruins. Planets are born and eventually they die, then they're reborn only to die again. Visibly moved, he stares at the floating data curves on the disc.
참 아름다운 순환이야.
The beautiful cycle. I'm sorry, but I feel like they just kept killing her and letting her come back to life. That's I feel like that's what that was talking about. I hope not, but oh my god. I asked about my origins, not humanity's. You don't have to start from where the Earth was formed.
이게 단순한 행성의 순환이라고 생각하는 건가?
Oh fuck.
틀렸어.
You think this is the life cycle of a planet? It's not.
이건 자네의 생명이자 자네의 힘이야.
It's your life, your power. I'm not okay, you guys. Okay. Suddenly, my trauma feels like nothing. Is he crazy? Go on.
자네는 에버가 창조한 가장 아름답고 또 가장 위대한 생명체야.
She's a creation of Ever? You are Ever's most wonderful, most magnificent creation. A blank expression appears on her face. She can't even pretend to play along anymore. But Dimitri doesn't care about whether his audience is responding or not.
2034년 인류가 딥스페이스의 그 미약한 신호를 받았을 때부터 시작하지.
It began in 2034 when humanity received a faint signal from Deepspace.
2034년 지구에서 처음으로 딥스페이스의 신호를 받았어. 그 신호를 해석하니 한 행성이 영생을 쫓는 이야기를 담고 있다고.
We decoded it and it revealed a story about a planet's quest for immortality.
원래는 평범하기 그지없던 행성이 영원히 고갈되지 않는 우주 에너지를 이용해 영생을 이뤄냈지.
An,
우린
ord-
그 사실에서 영감을 얻었어.
an ordinary planet achieved immortality by harnessing an inexhaustible cosmic energy source. We received inspiration from them.
그래서 영원히 고갈되지 않는 우주 에너지를 만들어내 충돌 실험을 진행했어.
And so we conducted an experiment using collisions to recreate this inexhaustible cosmic energy.
몇 차례의 실패 끝에 마침내 성공했고 그렇게 우주 에너지가 생성된 거야.
After several failed attempts, one proved to be a success. The energy manifested.
하지만 아무도 예상치 못한 건 바로 그 에너지가 한 아이의 몸에서 나타났다는 거지.
However, no one expected it to appear inside a child's body. Hey,
그 아이가 바로 자네야.
child was you. I don't like this story. Oh my god.
우리가 그토록 기다려온 강력한 에너지 파동이 자네의 몸에서 시작되고 있다고.
The powerful energy fluctuations we were waiting for, they came from you.
분석도 측정도 할 수 없었어. 게다가 시간이 갈수록 점점 강해졌고.
The power was impossible to analyze and measure. It only grew stronger as time passed.
에너지는 한 행성의 성장처럼 변화했어. 27일째의 정점에 도달하고 36일째에 다시 쇠퇴하고.
It grew like a planet and reached its peak on day 27, and it started to decay on day 36.
41일째 되는 날 완벽한 죽음에 이르고 폭발했지.
The fuck? On day 41, it disappeared completely, dead. Then it was followed by an explosion.
하지만 폭발 후 그 에너지는 다시 빠르게 모여 또다시 하나의 행성처럼 변화하기 시작했어.
But after that, your power reconstituted itself and began to grow once again, just like a planet.
그래서 우리는 자네 몸속 에테르코어의 힘이 곧 한 행성의 에너지라고 추측했어.
Therefore, we believe the power of the ether core within your body is equivalent to the energy of a planet. With growing intensity, his gaze gradually shifts from the hologram to her. It's as if he's seeking her confirmation. I don't believe it. She breaks eye contact and takes a few steps back to observe the moving hologram before her. I didn't come here to listen to the delusional manifesto of a loser. Call him a loser. Given your current mental state, do you really expect me to believe anything you're saying? Maintaining a calm expression, she pushes down her chaotic thoughts and steals a glance at Dimitri's fanatical expression. I don't think he's telling me the whole truth. Maybe I can make him reveal more information. Rather than believe she was created through collision experiments, this is her speaking. Rather than believe I was created through collision experiments, I suspect you conducted those experiments on an innocent child. Before you deny it, you should answer my question first. Why would cosmic energy specifically take on a human form? Yeah, good question. Dimitri's outstretched arms are slowly lowered as a look of dejection appears on his face.
지금 당장은 믿지 못하겠지. 자네 탓이 아니야. 당시에 자네의 탄생을 직접 목도한 우리도 어찌할 바를 몰랐으니까.
I don't blame you for being skeptical. Even we who witnessed your birth firsthand were at a loss.
자네를 평범한 사람처럼 자라게 할지, 아니면 하나의 자원으로 여겨야 할지.
We didn't know if we should let you grow up like a normal person, or use you as a resource.
너무나도 강한 그 힘이 재앙을 불러일으키는 건 아닌지.
Would this immense power lead to catastrophe? And there goes that caring facade. Took you long enough. Referring to this place as my first home and talking about a magnificent creation, in the end, it was about making a massive profit. Even in the ramblings of a madman, fragments of truth lie hidden beneath insanity. From his words, she can piece together whatever wanted to obtain via unicorn. They desired a new kind of energy that was far more powerful and plentiful than Earth's natural resources and protocore energy. Maybe that was when Ever set their sights on the ether core.
자넨 짐작도 못할 거야. 그때 우리 앞에 놓인 그 유혹이 얼마나 대단했는지.
You don't know how great the temptation that lay before us was back then. While Dimitri is engrossed in his fervent monologue, she keeps an eye on his unstable state. She also uses this as an opportunity to examine the laboratory.
우린 여러 차례 논쟁했어. 결론이 나지 않던 바로 그때 스페이스 재앙이 일어났지.
We had countless debates. The Chrono Rift catastrophe struck when we were in the middle of our endless back and forth.
내 생에 가장 후회스럽고 또 가장 돌이키기 어려운 일도 그때 일어난 거야.
And then it happened. It will always be the most regrettable thing I've ever done. I can never make up for it in this life.
내 일과 꿈, 내 동료들, 우리가 함께 치열하게 보내온 날들.
My career, my dreams, my colleagues, those days we spent to achieve our goals. Something's wrong with him. Her gaze quickly shifts to the control panel some distance away from Dimitri. She discreetly gets ready to use her evol.
모든 게 끝난 거야. 모든 게
It's all over now.
끝났다고.
It's all over. Seemingly drowned in penitence, Dimitri falls to his knees and triggers a hidden mechanism. A surge of energy rises from below. The large laboratory begins to shake as the rails rattle. Wait, it's not the laboratory that's shaking. Sensing movements beneath her feet, she quickly backs away, but she slams into a wall instead of finding the door. A massive curved glass panel had silently descended behind her. Its cold surface blocked her escape route. She's barely pulled out her gun when curved glass panels, previously suspended above and diagonally in front of her, descend. The panels are about to create the perfect cage. She'll be stuck inside the spherical chamber like an insect, preserved in amber. It's a mechanical trap. She had walked into the jaws of a beast as soon as she stepped through the laboratory doors.
가거라.
Go,
우리의 잘못을 끝내도록.
in order to fix all of our mistakes. Go. With steady hands, she slips a small explosive charge into the last remaining gap before the glass panels seal themselves. Then she gets down on the ground as fast as she can. The music is good. Shockwaves reverberate throughout the spherical chamber. A strong force strikes her head. In spite of the pain, however, she hears the rails get jammed for a split second. She charges toward the explosion site without a second thought. Using her momentum. I am not able to read correctly right now. She smashes her gun against the area where the glass panels meet. The impact forcibly opens a narrow gap, barely half a palm wide. She immediately raises her gun to shoot. That sounds like MC. Shoot first, ask questions later. The bullets hit the area near Dimitri's feet, but they fail to stop whatever switch he activated. She aims her gun at him. A familiar energy emanates from the darkness behind Dimitri. As he stands up, her instincts scream at the new threat. She opens fire. The bullets hit him, but he seems unfazed as he pulls out a weapon and aims it at her. The powerful blast sends her flying and crushes what little chance of survival she had been desperately clinging to. Oh shit. Surely Silas will save her, right? I spilled ice cream on myself. I got too excited. Chaos, agony, the freezing cold. Her body feels like it's being crushed. She must have blacked out for a bit. Fighting through the pain racking her body and the taste of blood, she forces herself to get up inside the glass sphere. On one knee, she struggles to catch her breath. Below her lies a metallic floor made from an unknown material, and above her looms an inverted glass chamber. A familiar sight triggers a flood of memories. This is the Deepspace collision chamber. I was imprisoned here before.
그만 포기하거라, 아가야.
Stop, give up, child. The voice pierces the thick glass. The collision chamber has already been activated. It's now floating 6 feet off the ground. Dimitri stands below, and the controller in his hand is stained with blood.
이미 게임 중에 너의 현재 이볼 데이터를 다 확보했어.
I've already collected the data on your Evo while you were in the battle. He raises the chip in his hand.
내 데이터가 기록된 이 칩을 슬롯에 꽂기만 하면 이 콘솔이 반물질 기술을 사용해.
Once I insert this into the chip reader, the console can use its antimatter capabilities.
네 에너지를 상쇄할 수 있어.
It will be able to completely neutralize your energy. Why is he so upset? Although there's a gentle smile on his face, the hate in his gaze twists it into something grotesque. Disgusted, she turns away and tries to concentrate on resonating with the collision chamber's energy source. I can't resonate with it. How is that even possible?
이제 그만 네가 있던 곳으로 돌아가.
Go back to where you came from.
원래 이곳의 존재가 아니니까.
You never had a place in this world. That's fucked up. You brought her here.
인류가 너처럼 지나치게 강한 힘을 통제하려 한다면 결국 스스로 재앙을 불러올 뿐이야.
Humans who foolishly try to control a power as great as yours will only bring disaster upon themselves.
스페이스 재앙과 유랑체의 출현은 전부 그 당시 우리가 품었던 탐욕 때문이야. 네가 탄생하게 둬서는 안 됐어.
Ooh. The Chrono Rift catastrophe and the Wanderers, it was all because of our greed. You never should have been born.
우리가 이 세계에 초래한 죄악이니 내 손으로 직접 끝내야만 해.
With the hands that stained this world in sin, I'll put an end to it. My god. Poor MC! She stands up while using the glass wall as support, yet vertigo hits her. Air is being drained out of the chamber. The pressure suddenly drops, and the air in her body rapidly expands. At this rate, her lungs might rupture before anything else kills her. I hate to admit it, but I feel like I'm getting a sense of deja vu. Her body recognizes this feeling before her mind does. Muscle memory is sending her a warning. It won't be long until she loses control of her limbs. She won't be able to feel anything, and her strength, even her thoughts, will slowly down and fade into oblivion. Will slow down. That was who I used to be. She won't sit here and wait to die. I think they did just continuously kill her and then, like, revive her. Oh my god, you guys. Why is this game like this? Her thoughts are sluggish as she watches herself in slow motion. She draws her weapon. Struggling to raise her arm, she pulls the trigger and causes an explosion. But the energy burst from her weapon is absorbed by the active collision chamber. It can convert energy into fuel for its power source. Her vision blurs. Not only is her strength being drained, but her body is also becoming numb. The glass chamber reflects the cold laboratory light. They sketch out fragmented memories. It's the same collision chamber that she was violently thrown into as a child.
저 괴물들도 하늘의 우주 구멍도 모두 너 때문이야.
She was the one, or I guess her energy. Is her energy what draws wanderers? Is that why she's able to like sense them? Those monsters and that cosmic void in the sky, it's all because of you.
재앙이야. 네가 이 세계의 재앙이라고. 널 일찌감치 처리해야 했는데.
You're a calamity. You are this world's calamity. We should have destroyed you years ago. I'm so sad. I've experienced this before. It was him at that time too. The contorted face of the young man begins to merge with Dimitri's weary, wrinkled face below. Then she loses her sense of direction.
그때부터 널 없애야 한다는 의견이 확고한 사람은 나뿐이었어.
Since that day, I've been the only one who was determined to destroy you. But I failed.
내가 옳았다는 게 증명되었지.
But time proved to me that I was on the right side of history. The Herald of the Weekend. Hi, Roderick. Happy weekend. Oh my god, this story is so fucked up.
이번엔 반드시 내가 해야 할 일을 끝내고 그때의 나를 위해 속죄할 거다.
I will finish what I started and atone for my past failure. This lunatic.
가버려. 가라고. 가서 죽어버려.
Begone. Go. Just go and die. I refuse to let this maniac kill me. A powerful resonance resounds and builds within the chamber. It syncs up with the tremors deep within her heart. She desperately tries to maintain control. She's attempting to seal the weak spots the echoes create, but she's fighting a losing battle. The resonance's energy hums and shatters invisible chains. Her consciousness breaks free from its physical cage. Her soul rapidly surges. You think Silas will come and save her? Like, what the fuck, man? You think history will care, dude? Dude, this guy is so messed up. What you do to this man? I didn't do anything. He's the one who, like, experimented on a child and then, I guess he's regretting it. Her consciousness disperses with the energy burst. Countless reverberations echo across this planet. You will have late dinner and lurk. Okay, have a good dinner. Ooh. And from deep space, a mysterious connection descends. Her awareness gradually fades as her body feels weightless. The ethereal eye appears once more. It devours her completely this... No, wait, what? No way MC's just dying here, right? What am I? Hell's mine. No, this is her. In boundless darkness, I drift through the cosmos. Oh my god. It's like I'm a part of it. Ah! Is that the protocore? Is that... sorry, ether core. I am the cosmos. Wait, MC's origins. I see a planet on the brink of destruction and the different paths it could take. Some explode like tiny fireworks before their life could begin. Others are further along on their journey. However, all of them perish. And at the end of their lives, each planet collapses inward. A tiny core takes its place. The one born from destruction, Origo core. It silently floats in space as energy stirs from its... Cosmic strings resonate with it. Space-time twists and stretches. Everything and nothing has... Guys, I am like enraptured. What is happening? The Origo core descends upon a planet nearing collapse. It's waiting for the end and its own birth. Is that what she is? Is she whatever this Origo core is? She came to Earth because this planet was about to... But then they blame her. They blame its destruction on her. Maybe. Oh, I'm so confused. I'm gonna need Angel to break this down for me in one of her lore videos, but this is crazy. She is the universe, right? That's crazy. She is the universe. All the sensations in her body disappear as the scene before her gradually fades into darkness. Suddenly, she hears a strong heartbeat and feels a warm power flow through her. It's a fragment from another place and time, yet it brings familiar presence. Everything that was lost has returned to her. At first, they're just blurry images reminiscent of scattered, flickering stars in her mind. But as time passes, these images start to become clear. They slowly come together and form vivid, tangible scenes. Yeah, it is lore. My AC is not on, actually. I haven't turned on my AC this summer yet. Complete with sounds, textures, temperatures, and even the faintest presence, they're real and full of life. Unfamiliar fragments connect into a single, unbroken thread. Those past experiences, emotions, voices, and actions. Once again, they cross the barriers of time and space, carefully weaving themselves into the fabric of her existence. They become a part of her. Dude, she is the cosmos. That's fucking crazy. I knew that MC was gonna be something special, something bigger than like, I guess, like, beyond just a person that has something like special within them. Do you know what I mean? But her being an actual, like, I don't know, like, or being the actual cosmos is kind of crazy. Oh god, it said dust of memories, and all I thought it was memory of dust. That damn weapon. How dare you use your AC? I'm not even using my AC though. What? She suddenly breaks through the downpour for memories. Her vision refocuses. That familiar black-red mist envelops the area. She's shielded from the falling rocks and steel beams. Meeting her stunned gaze, Silas relaxes his furrowed brow. An amused smile appears on his face.
정말 잘 터뜨리네. 작은 폭탄.
Yeah, nice explosion, little bomb is probably the right way to say it. But he literally compliments her for exploding very well. Silas.
여긴 곧 무너질 거야. 자, 손.
This place will collapse. Here, take my hand. The hand reaching out to her now overlaps with the memory of that same hand breaking down the barrier many years ago. Fragmented memories flood her mind, but there's no time to dwell on them now. She forces her aching arm to move and grab his hand. Silas yanks her out of the wreckage in one fluid motion. He secures his grip on her arm as he crouches.
이번에는 눈 감지 말고 우리가 어떻게 탈출하는지 잘 봐.
This time, don't close your eyes. Pay attention, or yeah, pay good attention to how we'll escape.
절대 잊지 마.
You definitely can't forget. Did he rescue her before too? He said this time. I think, wow, he really wants her to remember their past. I don't think she will yet, but wow. We're trying to protect the environment inside our super mega. Definitely no. No. You missed a lot. You missed a lot, Roderick. Bro Satan. Originally, we thought he was a demon, but he's actually not a demon. He's a dragon. You're a dragon too. He's a dragon. She is the cosmos. She is the actual cosmos. Overwhelming power lifts him up. It manifests behind him like a fiend that crushes all obstacles in its way. Its wings have blocked out the heaven. They soar past the crumbling debris and fly away from the depths. Thunderous explosions echo below. She is God? Yeah, maybe. Standing at the edge of the arena, she finally sees the full extent of destruction caused by her uncontrolled energy. Okay. The entire central area has collapsed. Only a bottomless pit remains, its edges crumbling away. She leaves Silas's side as that strange, detached sensation gradually. Dimitri, bound by tendrils of black-red mist, is thrown down before us. For them.
우리의 거래는 끝났어.
Our deal
이제
is complete.
네가 내게 영혼을 바칠 차례야.
Now give me your soul. Maybe he is Satan. Okay, he's talking. He's not looking at her. He's talking to Dimitri. Holy shit. Did Silas sell us to Dimitri? First, Raphael sold MC, and now Silas is selling... Wow. Silas, I expected better from you.
괴물.
Monster.
네 앞에 둘 중에 누굴 말하는 거지?
There are two of us here. Which one were you talking to? His unfocused gaze can no longer locate his enemy as he desperately claws at the mist coiling around his neck.
우리의 거래 조건은 아직 이루어지지 않았잖아.
The conditions of our deal haven't been fulfilled.
난 분명 네 앞에 데려다 주겠다고만 했어. 멍청함과 자만심이 네 본성인가 본데. 그렇다고 그게 네가 계약을 어겨도 되는 이유는 아니야.
I only agreed to bring her before you. You were the one who was foolish and arrogant, and those aren't reasons to breach our contract. Silas violently grabs Dimitri by the collar. The mist swiftly coils around the former researcher's neck.
아직도 네가 생사를 멋대로 결정할 수 있었던 그 어린 소녀로 봤던 모양인데 그녀의 성장을 너무 얕봤어.
Thinking that she was still the little girl whose life you held carelessly in your hands, you just underestimated how much she'd grown.
넌 자기가 대단한 줄 아는 도박쟁이랑 같아. 넌 네 생각만큼 지혜롭지 않아.
Like every gambler who overestimates themselves, you're not as clever as you think you are.
난 반중력의 제공자가 누군지 알아. 이거 나.
I know who's behind the antimatter. Let me go now. Ooh. The voice acting is just really good. I was just kind of like impressed. With a contemptuous laugh, Silas forcefully turns Dimitri's head to face her.
마지막으로 잘 봐. 네가 누구한테 패배한 건지 잘 기억해둬.
Get a nice long look. Sorry. Yeah, I guess like this is your final look, right? Whatever. Do your best to remember the person who brought you about your downfall.
너무 끔찍하게 죽지는 말라고. 알았어?
Don't die in such a grotesque way. Dude, Silas just killing everyone. Okay, as Dimitri's screams and body are swallowed by black-red mist, she turns her gaze to the center of the arena. Wow, he just murdered him. All right, to be fair, the first time we met Silas, he had just murdered someone, so... one after another, muffled explosions resound underground. This place will be gone after today. It won't reappear anytime. A laboratory that was never meant to exist might hold a few childhood memories. She might have cried in some corner or laughed in front of a platform. Perhaps she made those researchers who saw her as an otherworldly specimen believe she was just a normal child for a moment. Maybe none of that ever happened, but it doesn't matter. My God.
얼마나 기억나?
How much do you remember? A lot, but it's all jumbled up. She ignores whatever happened to Dimitri and looks at Silas. That deal you made with him, was it when I escaped from the research center?
음,
Yeah. Did you bring me here so I could remember everything? He doesn't look at her. Instead, he speaks as if he's addressing the darkness beneath his feet.
넌 분명 너 자신을 찾기 위해 이 과정을 거쳤을 거야.
You would have done this sooner or later.
넌 원래 그런 사람이니까.
You were always this kind of person. Then shouldn't you be worried about my power destroying you and this world?
내가 걱정해야 하나?
Should I be? She stares at his profile to emphasize her point. Right now, I can't control my power when it fully manifests. Assuming it happens again, everything here might be destroyed like my soul. With a slight smile, Silas shakes his head. He raises his hand to draw her attention to something else. Or to something. A familiar linkage materializes between their wrists to bind them together.
미안하지만
Sorry.
네 영혼은 그렇게 쉽게 떠날 자격이 없어.
But your soul doesn't
너는
have the right
영원히
to leave
너와
anytime
곁에
at once.
있을 거야. 이곳, 이 행성뿐만이 아니라.
I will keep you bound to me for all of eternity. Our connection transcends this place and this world.
잘 봤어?
Did you get a good look around? I guess there's nothing else to see. Silas nods and turns to leave. As his arm moves, the linkage forces their steps to be in perfect sync.
끝났으니까 이제 집에 가자.
We're done, so let's go home now. In the vast cosmos, her power has no starting point or destination. It appeared when the universe was created. It's a fundamental law etched into the fabric of existence. At some point, a force, weak yet unbreakable, began to bind her. And with it came an endless fall. In a majestic arena floating among nebulae, a boy and girl stand, soaked in blood. They're greeted by thunderous cheers. When it comes to killing wanderers, Silas and she always have perfect coordination.
이번엔 나랑 같이 안 해?
You're not gonna do it with me this time? I hate teammates who try to steal my points.
네 점수를 빼앗는 동료와 네 속도를 전혀 따라가지 못하는 동료 중에 뭐가 더 질색인데?
Which do you hate more, the teammates who steal your points or teammates who can't keep up with you? So annoying. If you steal my points again, I'm throwing you into Tartarus. Give me your hand. We're a team now. Okay, I think I read that like that's what his story was referring to, like the little pieces that we got, the poetic pieces earlier. So in the past, somewhere, I guess probably related to his myth, he and she used to basically engage in the Hunger Games, which I guess they're doing again, right? Which is why like what they just did now was very important. Where they were a team and fought against like wanderers together. This is so like twisted. My god. I wonder what's gonna happen in the Zane story now. What'd you miss? You missed a lot, Ahmed. Our MC is the cosmos. Yes, our MC destroyed the world. This is like messed up. The disconnected scenes flash by in random order. Sometimes they're blurry and hazy, other times they're crystal clear. As time marches on, the deep space tunnel, vast and capable of tearing apart any form of energy, separates them. The memories dissolve into her current reality. Images overlap. She recognizes the figure before her, but now he's tall and imposing. He descends with his fierce pride. Below the sky, he materializes before her. In the destroyed laboratory, he silently stares at the collision chamber before smashing through its barrier with his... So, in another world, in another time, another place, they used to know each other, but then they were separated by deep space. And now he's found her again in this world. And I guess in this world, he really wants her to remember him again. But considering that I'm very Zane focused, probably won't. All rich trillionaires are trying to save it, all the private super meg. Okay, you just added all that stuff for sure. Rules fall before. There was kind of something like that though, like definitely like there was a Hunger Games element to it, and like Karan was the one, like guy, or Dimitri was the one running it, and it was basically, he basically would have people you know, kill each other in order to get like this gold coin, and then they could use that, and he would grant them a wish because he's very rich. But now he's dead. So yay. Rules fall before us. Okay. Oh my god. You're confused how a game about love has this lore. Yeah, well, you know what? Girls like a lot of lore in our romance, to be honest. Girls love these kinds of details. And yeah. Wow, I wasn't expecting this level of like science fiction though. My brain is kind of like, wow. Okay, in the timeless N109 zone, she falls into a deep, dreamless slumber. When she finally opens her eyes again, it takes her a while to reorient herself. Yeah, she deserved that long sleep. She's been through a lot. She stares at the intricate patterns on the ceiling for a long time before a single fact slowly dawns on her. She's alive. As if a switch has been flipped, she finally becomes aware of her surroundings. Outside, the distant roar of gunfire and artillery resound while music plays nearby. Didn't the Beast Games end? Sorry. Mephi? What are you? You don't like to be married in the middle of Armageddon? Dude, I did Tears of Themis, like the last Goofun card. Oh my god, it was so tragic. Basically, like, at the end of the story, Artem and Rosa sacrifice themselves and basically die. But in the last moments, she's able to bring up this illusion so that they can, like, get married within the illusion in their last moments before they die, sacrificing themselves and their power to save the world. Man, the lore in romance games and the level of like the stakes are always so fucking high. So yes, actually, getting married in the middle of an Armageddon has happened in one of these games. Not this specific one, but yeah. She sits up and looks around. Mephisto is perched on the bedside table. He bobs his head under Alice's finger like a chick pecking at green. Why are you here?
그건 링크는 신경 쓰지도 않고 바로 잠들어 버린 누군가에게 물어봐야지.
Shouldn't you be asking the person who carelessly fell asleep? Oh. She raises her hand but doesn't see the familiar linkage. Massaging her temples, she realizes her distant memories have started to blur with reality. How long was I out? Don't tell me it's been 4 or 5 days.
그러면 굶어 죽었을 거야.
Then you would have starved to death. Silas is lounging in a small armchair next to the bed. He's looking out the window. Several gemstones, 3 wine glasses, and a marker are scattered across the nearby side cabinets, small table, and floor.
지금은 비스트 게임이 끝난 지 3일째 되는 새벽이고 연장전도 곧 끝날 거야.
It's morning. Ooh. And 3 days since the Beast Games ended. Overtime will be over soon. A terrifying explosion resounds in the distance. Seconds later, the windows rattle from the shockwave. The arena is in ruins. Why would anyone still fight to be its owner?
누군가에게는 거기에 아주 중요한 게 남아 있거든.
For certain people, that place has
운명도 없어졌으니 싸움은 더욱
important
치열해지겠지.
things. And with Dimitri out of the way, their battle will be more ruthless. Silas's gaze is still focused on what's happening outside, his hair swaying because of the shockwaves. He maintains an aloof attitude. Curious about what he's looking at, she gets out of bed and approaches the window, but she can't even make it there before settling into the small armchair. She nudges Silas so he can make room. What's going on? My whole body feels weak. It's like I've been thrown into space and had to orbit Earth 3 times. You didn't hit me while I was asleep, right?
자는 중에 때린 건 너지.
Between the two of us, that would be you. Did I hit you while I was sleeping? Silas holds up 2 fingers and glances at her right hand.
2대.
Twice. I had no idea. I was dreaming the entire time. Maybe I got too excited. Silas finally turns to face her. He gently takes her wrist and gives it a light shake.
푹 잤어?
Did you sleep well? More or less.
그러면 가자.
Let's go then. Mephisto takes this chance to sneak away, snatches an empty wine glass, and flies out the window. Silas stands and stretches before picking her up.
이제 잘 먹고 기운 차려야지.
Now we should eat and regain our strength. It isn't until Silas makes her sit in the dining table that she realizes just how hungry she is. She devours everything in sight until she's stuffed. You're lost in words. Yeah. Strength gradually returns to her weary limbs and she starts to feel clear-headed. She slowly finishes the last of her juice, then she carefully nudges Silas's leg under the table to let him know she has a question.
내 앞에서의 식사 예절이 갈수록 더 대담해지는 것 같네.
It seems that you've forgotten your table manners. I was worse during our first meal together. Isn't it a little late to start worrying about etiquette? Yeah, you downed like several glasses of wine, girl. Something cries out near the window. Mephisto, who had been absent during the meal, taps on the glass and squeezes through the gap. He drops a dark-colored object into her hands. Oh? Oh! What is this? A flash drive?
가이아 연구센터의 바이오키야.
A biometric key from the Gaia Research Center. She tightens her grip on it. Then what are those people really fighting over? Silas pauses as he holds his drink. It's as if he's unsure about how to respond.
머리가 좀 더 맑아지면 다시 얘기해.
Let's talk about it later when you're more sober. You're also one of the contestants doing overtime. When did you...
서준 서운이 갔어. 저런 녀석들을 상대하기엔 그 둘이면 충분하거든.
Luke and Kieran got it. They are more than capable of dealing with those fools. The key shows signs of age, and someone has scratched off its identification number. It's impossible to tell which researcher served as its original owner. Possessing the key means having authority over the abandoned Gaia Research Center, even though it's nothing but ruins now. A wisp of black-red mist creeps up the back of her hand, forces it way between her fingers, and tries to take the key away. Silas?
그건 내 전리품이야.
That's my
다
trophy.
봤으면 이제 줘.
Give it back. You're just letting me look at it? Silas stretches his long legs to push his chair. He leans back against it as he uses his index finger to guide the mist, still pulling on the key. Dismissing the idea of letting go, she clutches the key with both hands and lunges towards him like a sparrow drawn to a grain of rice.
물건 훔치는 솜씨도 점점 거칠어지는군. 날 들이받아 죽이고 물건을 털어갈 셈인가? 가만히 앉아 있어.
Your theft techniques are getting sloppier by the day. Are you going to headbutt me to death and then loot my body? Sit here. Or sit still. Silas has her pressed against him, and when he sees her still holding the key with both hands, he laughs.
참 경건한 도둑이네.
What a persistent thief. Since you've already shown it to me, I can borrow at some point, right? You're very generous.
역시 배가 부르니까 사람이 달라지네. 정신 차리자마자 내 물건 빼앗을 궁리부터 하는 거야?
You had a nice meal and you're on your way to a recovery, but the first thing you think of is to come up with a plan to steal my stuff? I'm not doing that. He's not insisting on taking the key back, so she secretly breathes a sigh of relief and changes the subject. She's decided to talk about her more recent treatment. Your brain is not braining after hearing Love and Deepspace lore? I understand. My brain is also struggling to keep up. I wanted to ask you something ever since I woke up, but you kept steering the conversation in another direction. I saw us fighting wanderers in some kind of interstellar arena. Do you know anything about that?
그리고
And? Her gaze shifts from her hands to his shoulder and then to the light reflected from the wine dancing on the wall. She continues in a softer voice. We fought countless wanderers and monsters that looked like modified humans. Then we were the only ones left in the arena. The crowd went wild and screamed for us to fight each other to the death. It doesn't matter where you are in the cosmos. Every gladiatorial arena created by intelligent life abides by the same rule. There can only be one victor. So,
내가 널 죽이든지 아니면 네가 날 죽여야겠네.
either I kill you or you kill me. So, who killed who, Silas? She sits up straight and touches the corner of his eye. She's searching for that hidden color in his right eye. But when we faced each other, you didn't attack. Instead, you took my hand and asked if I wanted to escape together. That nebula was more chaotic than an abyss. I didn't see how it ended. Did we manage to escape?
어떨 것 같은데?
What do you think? He brings his empty wine glass closer and presses its cooler surface against her forehead.
도망치지 못했다면
We
네가
hadn't.
본 건 누구인데?
Then who are you looking at right now? We're pretty special, huh?
대단한지 아닌지에 대해서 너는 자신을 의심한 적이 없었지. 나를 걱정한 적도 없었고.
Speaking of which, you never doubted yourself or worried about my capabilities for that matter. Then you went through hell and back, barely escaped with your life, and arrived in the N109 zone before it fell? Okay.
그런 셈이지. 내가 N109 구역에 떨어진 게 우연이 아니라는 생각은 해본 적 없어?
That was actually pretty straightforward. I was a little bit worried that they were going to make it a little hard to understand what happened, but they actually made it quite clear with this explanation. So, in Interstellar Arena, they were definitely in a different place in the cosmos. They escaped. He might have escaped through the deep space like tunnel or whatever. And then that might have been how they got separated, but he found her. He found her here. Have you ever considered that me landing in the N109 zone wasn't a coincidence? Yeah, he was looking for her. Is it because of the Gaia Research Center? Silas remains nonchalant. I found some documents in the corridor of the old facility. The Unicorn Research Team, or rather the Gaia Research Center as a whole, was attempting to establish contact with Deepspace. The Unicorn researchers wanted to recreate a powerful cosmic energy source which existed within me as an ether core.
넌 우명의 말을 믿어?
You believe what he said? Not all of it. But I don't have a testimony from anyone who knows more than him. Strip away the outlandish claims, and his message is actually quite simple. I possess destructive power. Trying to keep her thoughts from dwelling on Dimitri's fanatical declaration, she turns Silas's glass in her hand. Something weird happened in the collision chamber. I was about to lose consciousness. This planet, the stars you see above us, and the depths of deep space that are invisible to the naked eye, they all seem to have some kind of force that resonates with me. Were those things ether cores? Something else? Now when she thinks about the deep space tunnel in the sky, she feels like she's gained an understanding that goes beyond what's currently known about it. It's not the source of all disasters. It's a bridge connecting us to civilizations more superior than humanity's. Is that where Xavier came from? Because I know Xavier's an alien. Maybe Dimitri wasn't lying. It's possible I have the power to destroy everything. Her thoughts travel through that darkness in the collision chamber and how she sank into an overwhelming strength. It's strong enough to erase an entire planet. What lies dormant inside her is powerful and uncontrollable. Oh, whoa, what was that? Suddenly a hand grasps her chin. Her gaze lands on Silas's disinterested expression.
그 커다란 유리 탱크에서 널 건져 올렸을 때, 넌 차라리 죽고 싶다는 표정이었어.
When I pulled you out of that giant glass tank, your expression was that of someone in so much pain that you wanted to die.
그렇게 고통스럽다면
If it really hurts,
스스로를 힘들게 하지 마.
then don't force yourself.
그리고 내 앞에서 그런 표정도 짓지 마.
And don't make that face in front of me ever again. Beck's dad, don't use that voice on me. Oh my god. She looks directly into his right eye. The mesmerizing ether core within it remains tranquil. Her racing thoughts slowly calm down. You can always pull me back, right? Just like before. Whoosh. Are you mad? I didn't do anything. As she looks up at him expectantly, I feel like the girl, or the Silas girlies definitely screamed during that. Like, man, that line delivery. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I needed a moment. I'm fine now. As she looks up at him expectantly, Silas stays silent for a moment, and he appears interested. Grabbing her hand, he leads her outside.
아무것도 안 했지만 네가 너무 오래 잤어.
It's not much, but
심심했거든.
you slept too long. I'm bored. So where are you dragging me off to? Do you want to have some fun? Have some
너도
fun.
빨리 세상을 멸망시킬 힘에 익숙해져야지. 자기 자신을 터뜨리려고만 생각하는 작은 폭탄이 되지 않도록.
I'll help you get used to wielding devastating power, so that you don't become a bomb who's always thinking about self-destruction. They enter a familiar, dimly lit room. Silas helps her into the egg-shaped gaming pod. He puts the hologram helmet over her head. As the pod slowly closes, her body tenses. Silas taps on the glass. Although she can't hear anything outside, she reads his lips. Now come, conquer everything in your path, starting with me. What? Okay, it shot the game like really close to me now. Maybe we'll just keep it here. Maybe we'll just keep this here. Okay. You need to be explained to you in Paimon style. Razor language, guys. We need razor language. You're here just listening. Yeah, did you catch the part, Cafe, where we discovered that MC is the actual Cosmos? After matching wits with Silas for 47 seconds, or rounds, her heavy eyelids force her to be the one to call it quits first. 47 rounds? She slept so deeply that when she woke... Oh, sorry. Yes, she slept so deeply that when she woke up, she found herself in her own bed. She had been moved there and didn't even stir once. That's how I sleep, to be honest. Am I really that exhausted, or do I trust him too much? She massages her throbbing temples as she recalls the information she received during their break last night. Silas's curiosity was piqued by the mysterious antimatter weapons, and he decided to investigate their origin. Luke and Kieran were equally thrilled. They rubbed their hands together as if to say, we finally have something fun to do. Given the usual efficacy of Crow's leader, that mysterious hunter will soon cross paths with an odd little group consisting of a boss man, 2 troublemakers, and their crow. As for the key found in the ruins of the Gaia Research Center, will it unlock the secrets of a hidden past or take her down another path that leads into an unknowable future? Either way, it's what she has to investigate next. She looks around the room to find every curtain has been drawn shut with great precision. Not even the smallest sliver of light can get in. My place got turned into a cave, basically, and only he'd do that. She walks to the window. As soon as she pulls back the curtains, blinding light floods her vision. As far as the eye can see, a cold radiance has engulfed the city. A blanket of snow covers every building. It's snowing in Lincoln? Oh, guys, we're getting introduced to the Zane part of the story. Anytime there's ice or snow, I am like, Zane, I am locked in. Okay, I mean, I was already pretty locked in. 1 week later. For a while, she's been investigating her past and uncovering ever secrets, and now this ever-changing, precarious world seems to face an unprecedented crisis. She's the crisis! Protofield disturbances, climate anomalies. Some say Earth's climate system has broken down, and a disaster compared to the Corona Rift catastrophe is imminent. Others claim Earth is on the verge of collapse. All tectonic plates will shatter, and thus human civilization will end. Yet, among all these discussions about the end of the world, Earth's collapse, and civilization's downfall, what actually descends upon Lincoln City is silent snowfall that transformed the city into a pure white expanse overnight. Backtrackers, Lemuria, everything is starting to make sense now. What about the life on a higher plane of existence? The emissary of the divine... That's Zane! Does she not know about him yet? Right, she wouldn't, right? Okay, so she knows the backtracker is Xavier, and she knows that the Lemurian is obviously Raphael. But she doesn't... I guess she wouldn't have any idea of the Oracle, right? Because they live different lives. Like, Xavier is just Xavier. Raphael is just Raphael. But I guess similarly to her in a way, Zane gets reborn, maybe. Pretty sure it's just your body making sure you're not dead. My god, guys, I can't wait. Long time no see.
휴양은 벌써 끝난 거야?
It's been a while.
장 팀장님께 네가
Are you back from your
개인적인 일을
leave?
처리하러 갔다고 들었는데 별일 없는 거지?
I heard from Captain Jenna that you had some personal matters to take care of. Is everything okay? Tara's so nice. From her administrative leave, only Jenna knows about her visit to the ruins of the Gaia Research Center in the N109 zone. After hesitating for a moment, she shakes her head and smoothly changes the subject. I'm fine. You could say I went back home. By the way, have you heard of the term emissary of the divine before? It's supposedly connected to a civilization on a higher plane of existence. Among all the rampant doomsday theories, the concept of being watched by civilizations with higher dimensional beings is actually the easiest to understand.
문자 그대로 풀이하자면 신과 소통할 수 있는 사자겠지.
It would be a
설령 그런
messenger
존재가
who can
있다고
communicate with
하더라도
gods.
외계인보다 찾기 힘들 거야.
Even if they exist, finding someone like that would be harder than finding aliens. And somehow MC has found them all. The sound of typing behind her suddenly stops. When she raises her head, she sees Nero has come over to join the discussion.
고차원의 지시가 주어지지 않는 한 자신이 신원자인지조차 모를 수도 있어.
Ooh. And if those higher dimensional life forms aren't saying anything, well, even an emissary might not know they are one. Wow, hitting the nail right on the head. Because I'm pretty sure Zane has no idea what he is.
곧 다음 생명의 대정화가 또다시 찾아올지도 모른다는 말도 들었어요.
I've also heard that the next mass extinction might just be around the corner. Oh my god. Nero silently rubs the area between his eyebrows. He's unconvinced.
코어파가 코어 기술을 발전시키려고 퍼뜨린 과장된 소문이 아닐까?
Isn't that just propaganda spread by prototysts to push for the development of protocore technology?
꼭 그렇지만도 않죠.
It might not
이
be.
광활한 우주에서 얼마나 많은 문명이 서로 싸우고 있을지 누가 알겠어요?
In this vast, endless universe, who knows how many civilizations are locked in battle?
우리 지구는 그저 그 속에서 간신히 살아남은 작고 푸른 점일 뿐인데요.
Our Earth might be the only surviving blue dot among them all. Amidst the ongoing discussion, her thoughts begin to wander. Maybe Ever thinks our civilization is already approaching the limits of biological evolution, pursuing the transcendence of evolution to counter this supposed crisis. That might be their true objective.
그런데 2034년 스페이스 재앙이 일어나기 전에도 이상현상이 있었어요. 그때는 무려 사흘 동안 극야가 계속되었대요.
I heard that there were strange omens before the 2034 Corona Rift catastrophe. A polar night was present for 3 consecutive. While conversing, everyone unconsciously turns to look at the heavy snow outside. It falls as if descending from the cosmos itself.
하지만 지구가 붕괴하든 종말이 오든 상관없이 확실한 건 지하철이 멈추지 않고 유랑체가 사라지지 않는 한
But whether the Earth falls apart or the world ends, one thing is for certain: the subway will keep running, and wanderers will continue to exist.
우리는 여전히 헌터로서의 책임을 져야 하고 이 도시를 보호해야 한다는 거죠.
We need to fulfill our duties as hunters and protect the city. Oh, I love Tara. She's grown on me. When we are together. Okay. Hey guys, time to lock in. We're getting into the Zane part of the story. It's 5 p.m. and a lecture titled Life's Boundaries is underway in Lincoln University's largest lecture hall. Aside from medical students, students from other departments have taken a seat to listen. In the packed lecture hall, the speaker stands. His back faces a projection of a beating heart model, and his authoritative voice is steady.
생명은 본질적으로 끝없이 이어지는 것은 아닙니다.
Life itself is not endless.
생과 사, 건강과 질병, 이런 상반되어 보이는 개념들은 사실상 생명의 균형을 유지하는 요소죠.
Life and death, health and illness. These seemingly opposing concepts actually maintain the balance of life. An inquisitive student raises her hand.
하지만 현재의 의학 기술은 이미 유전자 편집, 세포 재생, 심지어 인체 개조까지 실현할 가능성을 가지고 있잖아요.
But with today's medical technology, don't we have the ability to do gene editing, cellular regeneration, and even human modification?
만약 정말로 영생이 실현될 수 있는 날이 온다면 왜 우리는 여전히 죽음을 삶의 종착점으로 받아들여야 하나요?
If immortality becomes achievable, why should we continue to accept death as the end of life?
도덕과 윤리적 제한을 배제한다면 이러한 기술들은 확실히 소위 말하는 영생을 실현할 가능성을 가지고 있습니다.
If we set aside morals and ethics, then certainly these technologies make it possible to achieve immortality.
하지만 이는 곧 의학의 목표가 질병을 극복하는 것에서 죽음을 극복하는 것으로 변하고 있음을 의미하죠.
But that would mean that our goal in the medical field would have shifted from conquering disease to conquering death. Dane's gaze sweeps across every face in the room, his tone remaining calm as usual.
질병을 극복하는 것은 생명을 이어가기 위해서지만 죽음을 극복하는 것은 생명을 통제하기 위해서입니다.
Conquering disease would be for the sake of extending life, but conquering death would be for the sake of controlling it.
개조를 거쳐 인간의 특징을 잃어버린 후에도 여전히 인간이라고 부를 수 있을까요? 그렇다면 인간의 존재란 무엇으로 정의되는 걸까요?
If we modify ourselves and lose our human characteristics, then would we still be able to see ourselves as human? And how should we even define human existence? Wow, philosophy. I'm in love. Oh, this is great. Hushed discussions fill the the lecture hall. Zane looks toward the back as someone quietly opens it. A familiar figure appears. She quickly slips into the back row, her coat leaving a trail of melted snow on the floor. He quickly shifts his gaze and continues with his previous point.
생명은 이어갈 수 있어도 생과 사는 통제할 수 없습니다.
Life can be extended, but the cycle of life and death cannot be controlled. After the lecture ends, Zane is completely surrounded by eager students. She sits in the back row and waits as students file out behind her.
뉴스 봤어?
You see the news?
교수님이 사람 목숨을 나몰라라 했다느니 의사 윤리도 저버리고 환자를 내팽개쳤다느니 그러던데?
Ooh, how could they accuse Dr. Lee of disregarding human life and abandoning his patients? They're saying he has no ethics.
얼마 전에 고위직 자녀가 코어병에 걸렸는데 권력을 이용해서 이 교수님한테 먼저 수술을 받으려고 했거든.
It's because some government officials' kid got diagnosed with protocord syndrome. They tried to use their family connections to pressure Dr. Zane into prioritizing their surgery.
근데 이 교수님이 거절하고 더 급한 환자를 보러 가셨잖아.
But he refused, and then he went to treat another patient who needed more urgent treatment.
아, 그래서 그 고위직 자녀가 인터넷에 교수님 비방글을 쓴 거구나.
So that's why
정말
they're
이상한 사람이네.
writing all those things about him online. As the students' conversation fades into the distance, she stops eavesdropping and nods in quiet agreement. Spotting a few reporters approaching the lecture hall, she catches Zane's eye and waves. She silently mouths a sentence. The way to Senpai's heart, my heart, spicy food being direct and intelligent philosophical conversation. Honestly, yes. Yes, to all of those things. Come here, Dr. Lee. Zane glances in her direction, nods, and makes his way through the crowd of students.
오늘은 여기까지 하자. 밖에 기다리는 사람이 있거든.
That will be all for today. Someone is waiting for me outside. Oh, he smiled. Oh, he's so cute. After helping Zane dodge the reporters, they leave the university and stroll through the snow-covered streets bathed in evening's golden light. You're good at making complex topics clear and accessible, Dr. Lee. I'm trying so hard to not just say Dr. Zane, because I really hate the idea of him being Dr. Zane. If I were a few years younger, I'd sneak into your lectures every day.
그래?
Is that so?
그럼 아까 세 번째 섹션의 두 번째 요점은 뭐였는데?
And what was the second key point from the third section? Faced with Zane's knowing smile, she sighs and turns to walk in the opposite direction. Dude, grab her.
어디가?
Where are you going? I need to find a time machine so I can hear your brilliant lecture from start to finish. 3, 2. Before she can finish her silent countdown, he grabs her hand.
돌아와.
Come back. Oh my god. He's so boyfriend. Guys, the fact that she knew and she could count on. They're so cute. I love their interactions.
강연 끝날 때가 다 되어서야 네가 온 걸 보면 타임머신은 아직 발명되지 않은 것 같거든.
I only saw you arrive near the end of the lecture. The time machine must not have been invented yet. Coffee in hand, she sits down on a roadside bench as Zane hands her a weathered envelope.
네가 찾던 자료야.
Here's the information that you were looking for. Sorry, here's the information that I found. That's what he said. That I found. The wax seal on the envelope is still intact. The documents themselves have small creases. Exchanging documents while sitting on a bench. We're like those secret agents trying to save the world in the 008 movies. 008.
네가 부탁한 일을 보면 정말 세계의 존망과 관련된 엄청난 비밀이 맞는 것 같은데.
Well, with what you asked me to investigate, it does seem like it seemed like a secret that concerns the fate of the world. Oh! She vaguely remembers Zane mentioning Dr. Noah's Arctic expedition research, which might be connected. The cryptic patterns etched into the key seem to point towards the traces of a primordial civilization.
14년 전에 한 연구팀이 극한의 생명을 찾으러 극지로 갔다가 얼음 동굴 안에서 뜻밖의 수확을 얻었어.
14 years ago, a research team ventured into the Arctic to study life's boundaries. They made an unexpected discovery in an ice cave.
남아있는 자료를 보면 연구팀이 얼음 동굴에 기록한 토템과 그 바이오키에 새겨진 문양이 아주 비슷해.
Looking at the surviving documents, the pictographs they recorded in the ice cave have a resemblance to the patterns on the biometric key.
그 연구팀원 중 일부는 실종됐고 일부는 나중에 유니콘 팀에 들어갔어.
Some members of the expedition team mysteriously disappeared, and the others later joined the Unicorn Research.
원장님한테 연구일지 복사본이 남아있어. 자료가 완전하진 않지만 너에게 도움이 되길 원하셔.
Dr. Noah has a photocopy of the expedition journal. It's incomplete, but he hopes that it can help you. Signals from deep space, the ether core, the key. The clues form an intricate web in the darkness. It stretches across the boundaries of time and space. Almost unnoticeable, each strand is being woven into place. They're waiting for that singular moment when everything is taut. Please thank Dr. Noah for me. How is he doing? What about Pi and the others?
다들 건강히 잘 지내.
They're all healthy.
그런데 동물들 안부까지 챙기면서 뭐 잊은 건 없어?
You remembered to ask after the animals, but have you forgotten something? Huh? It dawns on her. Do you need special attention too?
내가 그렇게 강해 보여?
Do I seem that strong to you? They're so cute. Thinking about how rare their meetings and calls have been lately, she feels a twinge of guilt. So, how has Zane been lately? Have you been sleeping well? Do you still have nightmares?
나도 잘 지내.
I'm also doing well. For some reason, her words elicit a soft chuckle from Zane.
근데 기왕 시간 내서 마중 온 김에 헌터 협회로 가는 길에 날 병원까지 데려다 줄래?
Since you've already made time to pick me up after class, and it's on the way to the Hunters Association, do you want to walk with me to work? Or to the hospital? Traffic is at a standstill during the evening rush hour. Fortunately, Oxo Hospital and the association are within walking distance, so they decide to continue on foot. Snowflakes dance through the streets as the intersections traffic lights turn red. The flow of vehicles stops. Pedestrians pause on the sidewalk, their heads tilted upward as they wait. They watch the massive holographic display flicker above the intersection.
에버에서 아테이셈이라는 프로젝트를 공식 발표했습니다.
Ever has officially launched the Fountain of a Tay initiative.
또한 시민 여러분께선 외출 시 안전에 유의하시고 위험 상황 발생 시 즉시 이볼 특수 경찰이나 스페이스 헌터에게 도움을 요청하시기 바랍니다.
In addition, we urge all citizens to stay safe while traveling. If there's an emergency, please seek immediate assistance from the Evol Police or the Deepspace Hunter.
하늘 광장이랑 환영 공원에서 무슨 일이 생겼나 봐. 변이자라는 괴물이 나타났다던데?
Oh, something happened at the Azure Square and Imperial Ring Park. They're saying a monster appeared.
어쩐지 요즘 뉴스에서 계속 조심하라고 하더라. 유령체만 해도 골치 아픈데 이제 변이자까지 나타났다니.
No wonder the news keeps telling us to be careful lately. Having wanderers around was bad enough. Now we have to deal with the Alterum too.
이 망할 놈의 세상은 허구한 날 재앙만 터지네. 이럴 바엔 그냥 멸망하는 게 낫겠어.
Oh my gosh. With one disaster after another in this already like exploding world, maybe we should just. Maybe it would be better if it just ended. She can't help but stifle a laugh as the light turns green. Traffic and pedestrians start moving again.
마지막 소식입니다. 코어병과 관련한 의료 분쟁에 관심이 쏟아지고 있습니다.
And for our final story, a medical controversy surrounding protocore syndrome has drawn widespread public attention. Oh, poor Zane. Are doctors healing or killing? In the future of protocore syndrome, these sensational headlines drift past her ears in quick succession. Despite being at the center of this media storm, Zane doesn't even glance at the screen. I like this music. The news keeps using that same stone-faced picture of you from Oxo Hospital's website. It's basically decades old at this point.
왜? 지겨워?
Why? Are you sick of it? I was just thinking if Dr. Lee had smiled even one pixel's worth in that photo, then maybe these rumors wouldn't have gotten far. My god. Zane tilts his head as if he's playing along. He shows the tiniest hint of a smile. I love him! But no matter what challenges or criticism you face, nothing seems to shake your decisions or judgment.
그럼 너는?
And you?
말하진 않지만 걱정이 가득한 얼굴인데?
You're not saying anything, but it seems that you're worried about something.
이야기가 너무 길다면 얼마 안 걸리는 길이니까 한 바퀴 더 돌아서 가도 되고.
If it's too long a story, this path might be short, but we can always turn around and walk some more. Nothing ever escapes his notice, huh? After hesitating for a moment, she tells him about what happened to her in the N109 zone. Oh. Did you tell him about Silas?
저 괴물들도 하늘의 우주 구멍
That's what I want to know.
모두 너 때문이야.
Did you talk about Silas? Those monsters and that cosmic void in the sky, it's all because of you.
재앙이야. 네가 이 세계의 재앙이라고.
You're a calamity. You're this
널
world calamity.
일찌감치 처리해야 했는데.
We should have taken care of you years ago. Hate that guy. The Gaia Research Center, the Unicorn Laboratory, the collision chamber, and the spatium core that she absorbed into her body. That man's final moments filled with resentment and rage remain vivid in her mind. She's constantly reminded of one thing. She doesn't belong in this world that she thought she knew so well.
그러니까
What you're saying
네가 N109 구역에 있을 때 안락사당할 뻔했다는 말이네.
is that they almost put you down in the N109 zone? You didn't have to phrase it like that. He wanted to dispose of me like I was some kind of medical waste. Zane's lips curve into a slight smile as he tucks her cold fingers into his coat pocket. Oh. I'm walking down this path now. It's strangely surreal.
더 막막해졌어? 아니면 더 확신이 생긴 거야?
Are you more confused now or more certain than ever? Or lost, dude? Well, my very existence feels too strange. It's almost unreal. But does my existence mean anything in this world if I don't have my power? His hand warms her fingertips and she gently squeezes.
어떤 신분이든 잠시 맡은 역할일 뿐이지 인간이 존재하는 의미 자체가 될 순 없어.
Sweet thing to say. Any identity is just a role that we temporarily play. Our existence cannot be, like, encapsulated in that one identity.
그들이 부여한 소위 신분이나 직책이 없을 때도 넌 잘 살아왔잖아.
Even without the identity and responsibilities they assign to you, you've been living just fine, haven't you? What if I end up destroying this world one day?
그럼 파괴하기 전에 귀띔 좀 해줘.
Then let me know
못
first.
쓴 휴가나 다 써버리게.
I'll make sure to use up all my vacation days first! Guys! I love how he jokes with her. I love how he talks with her. It's so cute. Ah, it's very reassuring, you know? There was another man, was he kissable? I mean, what? At the last intersection, their brief walk quickly comes to an end amidst a crowd. After they cross the street, they'll return to their work and face the challenges that life has in store for them. A wave of sadness washes over her because they have to say goodbye already, and she forces herself to smile. Let's do our best, Zane.
잠깐만.
Wait. Just a moment. As she takes her hand from his, catches it again. Then he pulls her closer, and she's almost completely enveloped in his coat. Looking down, she notices he's carrying his laptop bag in a simple, understated gift bag. He takes out a scarf from it. The soft fabric gives off a gentle, warm glow under the streetlight. Today's not even a holiday. Why do you have a gift for me?
원래는 마땅한 핑계가 없었는데 방금 놀라운 네 탄생 스토리를 알게 됐으니까.
I originally didn't have any excuse, but after hearing your origin story, he slightly leans down and carefully wraps the scarf around her shoulders.
네가 이 세상에 온 걸 축하하는 선물로 치자.
Let's call it a celebration of your arrival to this world. Guys, why is he so nice? Guys, why is he... I don't know. Dude, he's just so, like... She literally just dropped, like, this huge bomb about the existence, her existence on him. And he's just, like, taking it all in stride and trying to comfort her. He's perfect. Although I do think he might already have known a little bit of this because of Josephine. So maybe that's why he seems a bit better prepared. A mix of uncertain emotions wells up inside her. They gradually melt away with the warmth of his touch. Also, she's obviously, like, I think maybe because Silas also entered the game a little bit later, and she's had some time to build this up with Zane, so it kind of makes sense. But while there's still a bit of a back and forth with Silas, with Zane, she's just very into him, which is interesting to kind of see. And I wonder if they'll really let Silas reach that point one day, right? Did you find time in your busy schedule to knit this scarf, Dr. Lee?
내가 직접 고른 거야.
I picked it myself.
성의가 부족했나?
Is it lacking in sincerity? He raises his hand to smooth her disheveled hair. The snowflakes that landed on his forehead slowly melt away.
에버든 다른 어떤 것이든 네가 가야 할 이 길에는 난관도 많고 아기를 품은 사람은 더 많을 거야.
Whether it's ever or something else, the path that you're on will be full of challenges and full of people with bad intentions.
무엇보다 중요한 건 너의 선택을 확실히 하는 거야.
But the most important thing is that you're certain about your choice.
어떤 갈림길에선 발을 내딛는 순간 돌아갈 수 없는 길로 들어설 수도 있으니까.
Because you may go on a path that you can't return. In the vast expanse of snow, neither of them takes a step forward. And my first correct choice for today must have been seeing you.
날 선택해줘서 고마워.
Thank you for choosing me. I love them. With 10 seconds left on the green light, he waves goodbye with his back turned before walking into the snowy, dusky blue twilight. She watches his figure disappear into the distance before tightening her grip on the documents that stick out like a sore thumb. Looking around the bustling intersection, she's surrounded by a constant flood of noise and information. It seems every sound and flash of a screen pushes people towards their next split-second decision. With this key, I might finally unlock the secrets from 14 years ago. They all involve the ether core, or rather, my own secret. She takes a deep breath and turns toward the street that will lead her to the associate. Man, heavy. The lore is heavy, this chapter. Heavy snow falls steadily as darkness settles earlier than usual. Standing tall in the heart of the city, Oxo Hospital remains brightly lit as always.
의사는 살인자인가 구원자인가? 아케소 심장외과의 내막이 드러나다. 이게 다 무슨 말도 안 되는 제목이래요?
I love that. Grayson sounds so offended. Are doctors killing or healing or killing, exposing the dark truth behind Oxo Hospital's division of cardiac surgery? What kind of ridiculous headlines are these?
웃기지도 않는 소리죠. 우리 이 교수님이 인맥이 없는 것도 아니고
Not even
위로는
funny.
시장님 진료도 봐줬고 아래로는 나쁜 사람들 문신을 꿰매줬는데
Dr. Lee has plenty of connections. He treated everyone from the mayor to gang members.
그리고 아케소에도 정직한 언론인이 있으니까 정말 여론전이 벌어지면 누가 이길지 모른다고요.
And Oxo Hospital has plenty of friends in the media. If it comes down to a media war, no one will be able to predict the winner.
다들 한가한가 보네요.
You seem to have some free time. Everyone instantly straightens up like soldiers at attention once they hear a familiar voice. Nervous, they greet Dr. Lee.
과컨, 장하병원의 주 선생님한테 연락해서 지난번 코어병 환자들 자료 좀 보내달라고 해.
Grayson contact Dr. Joel at
응급실에서
Changpyeong
넘어온
Hospital
12번 이상병변 환자를 위한 새로운 치료법을 마련해야 하니까.
and ask him to send over the files for those protocol syndrome patients. We need to develop a new treatment plan for the patient with abnormal symptoms in bed number 12. They were transferred from the ER.
네, 지금 바로 연락할게요.
Yes, I'll contact him right away.
이상병변 사례가 더 늘어날 수 있어요. 응급실에서 환자들이 자주 넘어오니까 다들 전화기 수시로 확인해요.
We might see more cases with abnormal symptoms. With patients flooding the ER, everyone needs to be on call. After methodically delegating the remaining tasks, the staff watches as Zane disappears down the hallway.
이 교수님 말이에요. 우리랑 나이 차이는 별로 안 나는데 멘탈 차이는 왜 이렇게 많이 나는 거죠?
Speaking of Dr. Zane, he's not that much older than us. So how is it possible that his mental composure is so much higher or stronger?
신과 인간의 차이라고 할 수 있죠. 평범한 인간은 좁은 뒷모습만 바라볼 수밖에요.
That's the difference between gods and men. We can only admire him, or we ordinary humans can only admire him from afar.
자, 자리로 돌아갑시다. 각자 맡은 일을 잘 끝내면 이 교수님에게도 도움이 될 거예요.
Come on, let's get back to work. The best way that we can help Dr. Lee is by doing our jobs well. At 2:30 a.m., Zane gets into his car after finishing his work. A notification pops up on his phone. The hospital director approved his application for the medical research project. His phone rings. Zane glances at the screen. It's Dr. Noah.
방금 정 원장의 전화를 받았어.
I just got a call from
네가
Zachary.
아테SM 프로젝트에 참여한다고 했다던데.
He said you want to join the Fountain of Ate research project? Is he infiltrating ever?
맞습니다.
Yes. This isn't surprising to Zane. He can already imagine the two Oxo Hospital higher-ups discussing the matter.
정 원장님을 설득해 주셔서 감사합니다.
Thank you for convincing the director, Dr. Noah,
언제 출발할 거지?
or Professor. When will you be
내일.
departing? Tomorrow?
장항산에서 돌아왔을 때 이미 결정한 건가?
You've already decided after returning from Mount Eternal? Silence fills the air in response, but the answer is already clear.
그 사건과 엮인 일이라면 넌 항상 예상 밖으로 빠른 결정을 하긴 했었지.
Whenever it comes to that incident, you make decisions surprisingly fast.
과거가 너에겐 구속이었는지 아니면 앞으로 나아가는 힘이었는지 모르겠구나.
I don't know if the past is a chain that binds you, or if it's a force that drives you forward. Zane lowers his gaze, his expression remaining perfectly unfazed, not a single hint of emotion.
둘 다겠죠. 젊은
Could be
녀석이
both.
주위에 아무도 없는 것도 아닌데 뭐든 혼자 감당하려고 하지 마라.
You're still young, and you're not alone in this world either. Don't try to shoulder everything by yourself. Before hanging up, Dr. Noah purposefully lets out another exasperated sigh. Zane lowers his phone, its light slowly becoming dim in the heavy darkness of...
제 뒤에 사람이 많다는 걸 아니까 제가 앞장서서 걸어야 하는 거 아니겠습니까?
Since I know that there are so many people behind me, I should be the one walking ahead. At 3 in the morning, a lone car glides across the wet streets before coming to a stop in front of Maltosio. The store employee has just flipped the sign to close, but when they turn around, their final customer of the day greets them.
이 교수님, 1분만 더 늦었어도 문을 닫았을 거예요.
You're just in time, or Dr. Lee, you're just in time. 1 minute later, we would have closed.
실례하겠습니다.
I'm sorry.
바다 소금 시폰 케이크 하나랑 다크 초콜릿 헤이즐넛 브라우니 하나 포장해 주세요. 참, 한 달 동안 어떤 장소로 디저트 좀 배달해 줄 수 있어요?
Zane, what are you doing?
한 달 동안
Pack up 1 sea salt chiffon cake and 1 dark chocolate hazelnut brownie. And for next month, can you please deliver 1 dessert each day to this address?
아니요?
A whole month?
힘드실까요?
Is it too hard?
그건 아닌데
That's not it.
교수님 적립 포인트가 이미 최대치라 저희 가게에서 더 이상 올려드릴 게 없어서요.
It's just that you've already reached our highest tier for rewards. We can't really give you anything else right now.
근데 또 어디 멀리 가시나 봐요?
Are you going on another trip? Zane nods.
새로운 메뉴가 출시될 때는 새로운 메뉴로 보내주세요.
Please, when the new menu items become available, please send them. Thank you.
걱정 마세요. 주소는 메모했고요. 받으실 분 성함을 다시 확인할게요.
Don't worry, I wrote down the address. Let me just confirm the customer's name one more time.
맞으시죠?
Is this right? Oh, why is Zane so sweet? You guys, I can't handle him. He's sending her a dessert every day for a month to make up for being gone. Oh my god. As he places the desserts on the passenger seat, he notices the snow has already accumulated. It's about 1 inch deep on the road. The car radio broadcasts tomorrow's weather report. Overcast skies with heavy snow again. Experts have yet to determine the cause of these unusual weather patterns. Zane lowers his head, opens his recent contacts, and carefully writes a message about his departure. As he imagines her reaction, he's embraced in reverie, his features softening with a gentle tenderness. After sending the message, he opens the notes on his phone. The most recent entry was made at 4 a.m., day before yesterday. First dream. Oh! Dawnbreaker. Second dream, Mount Eternal. Third dream, Mount Eternal William. Fourth dream, chocolate. Spotted chat. Gravestone monster. 14th dream, too fragmented. I can't remember anything. Ever since he's returned from Chansha City, these nightmares have appeared more frequently. It's as if fate is sending more. Is Dawnbreaker going to come through into this reality? Oh man. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to finish this tonight, but oh my gosh. Trying to ease the dull ache of fatigue, Zane massages his temples. He turns off his phone, tosses it onto the seat, and grips the steering wheel. The windshield wipers sweep away the snow, but the snowfall grows heavier by the minute. He can barely see less than 50 meters ahead. When Zane finally makes out the two white shapes as a mother and child stumbling along, his car is already dangerously close to them. Oh my gosh. Oh no. He jerks the wheel violently to one side. The car crashes through the wave-shaped guardrail. It comes to an abrupt stop in a strip of green vegetation. Terrified, the mother and child fall. The kid in her arms is covered in crystals and resembles a twisted glass sculpture. In the darkness, pierced by headlights, Zane sees something approaching the pair with slow, deliberate steps. Its breath is warm, its presence screaming danger. Oh, don't come. It wears human clothes, but there's nothing human about this creature. Crystals have consumed most of its massive body that's hunched over. Strange growths are still pushing through whatever is left of its skin. Its face is twisted into a grotesque expression. Its pupils gleam an eerie dark blue. Each step it takes makes the ground tremble. Don't come closer. With trembling hands, the woman covers her child's eyes. It's alright. It's nothing. It's alright. Inside the car, Zane's nerves suddenly tense as the ringing in his ears, which had subsided, violently returns. Dude. Zane! Sharp spikes grow from the ice materializing in his hand. Zane raises his arm and aims the icy thorns at the monster. The colors of the night silently encroach into this tower. It's like death itself is waking up from a dream. As the monster raises its hand towards the mother and child, a cold gleam suddenly cuts through the air and pierces its chest. Fragmented ice blooms from the monster's chest and almost covers its entire body. The woman looks up in shock to see a figure step out of the car. Moonlight illuminates his cold, almost mechanical gaze. As the monster lunges forward, a thin blade of ice instantly materializes in his palm. Sleek like the wind and emanating deadly frost, it flies towards the monster's body in the blink of an eye. Mommy. It's okay. Someone's here to save us. Just hold on a little longer. You can't sleep. Understand? Amidst the shattering of ice crystals, everything seems to freeze in time. The monster falls to the ground and snow flies everywhere, obscuring all visibility. A white mist appears. A violent gust of wind howls and sends ice crystals towards the motionless woman. Still dazed from the recent brush with death, she stares ahead. From the blizzard, footsteps approach. Each step echoes and is like the ticking of a countdown. Please save my son. He's not a monster yet. He won't become one of them. A tall man blocks the car's headlight and casts a shadow over the mother and child before him. The woman shrinks back in fear, and the chocolate slips from the child's trembling hands. It falls into the snow.
살릴 수 없어요.
Can't save him. How can you say something like that? Ignoring her anger, Zane bends down to pick up the chocolate and holds it out to her. Ice crystals fall from his fingertips. Landing on the chocolate wrapper, they melt to wash away the blossoming
이미
bloodstains.
가망이 없습니다.
He's beyond saving. No, he hasn't turned into a monster yet. He's still alive, isn't he? Heart-wrenching sobs slice through the darkness as clouds once again obscure the moon. Zane's silhouette quickly dissolves into the snowy night. What Zane really means your insurance doesn't cover that? No! Zane would never. Oh my god. Wow, that was intense. Okay, so I have to go to sleep, so we're gonna end the stream here tonight. That's part 2. I'm surprised that they let Zane enter the story earlier than I expected. I thought this full chapter would be dedicated to Silas, but I guess not. I wonder what's gonna happen in the Zane part. And I don't think that was Zane. And I don't know if Zane fell asleep and fell into a dream as Dawnbreaker, because all of that stuff looked like a Dawnbreaker story. And also the way that Zane spoke to that mother was very cold and not like him. So it just feels like it's Dawnbreaker. So either Dawnbreaker has taken over, or we're in Dawnbreaker's world and he fell asleep. That was really weird. That was really, really weird. I guess we'll find out in the next chapter what's happening.